came Bad
Condition,
Condition.
yeah.
So I had Bad Condition. I had other series, but Bad Condition was was one of the most popular series. You know, it was like, the darling in every family, in all homes, especially in the southeast Nigeria. I could do comedies of situation, comedies of personalities, comedies of everything. I used Bad Condition to expose the ills of the society. I also spoke diverse languages, dialects, different intonations. I could mimic an Ungwa person. I could mimic somebody from Enugu.
Yes.
You are from Enugu, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I could speak Enugu. I could speak Wow. I could speak. It's just about being being in the form, being in the mood, and that was to drive the joke home. Most times when you tell stories, you try to speak the language, the tongue, to embellish it and make it look real, because those jokes were meant to entertain, educate, and most necessarily to inform. When an artist is sick, he will go begging immediately.
Yeah.
And people will begin to ask, this man know they save money. I can't be saying only this thing. You go begin ask people to help another. Here in Imo State, we have quantum deposit of talents, creative minds. Talk about musicians, comedians, writers, all forms of arts in Imo. We have. I don't think you can compare with any other part of Igbo land or Nigeria. It was in my time, for the very first time since the creation of Imo State in 1976,
Okay.
that Imo artists were taken to London, UK. We went to London, we went to Liverpool, we went to Manchester. I took them on a show I called Imo Show of Fame. I took ND Arabanko, I took Shama Melody, I took Bruno, Engineer Bruno, I took Owigli. These are some popular names here.
Yeah.
And I thank God for the first time we were able to disvirgin those passports.
It's true.
Yes, I was able to build and commission the first 7 people-oriented projects. It was groundbreaking. There hasn't been anything like that in our history, even up till now. That has remained an unprecedented record.
Okay.
I rebuilt schools, 5 classrooms, furnished it tastefully, still there, Akabo High School. You see it. I was able to build a stadium, the only stadium we have in Ikeduru, even up to now. Funny enough, I didn't do any of these with recourse to public funds. Going into the House of Assembly, I didn't know the House of Assembly member, could be paid even 500,000. So I went there and I met them paying about 600 and something thousand naira men's salary, and sitting allowances, fluctuate between 3 million and 3 point something million. It depends on.
Yeah.
In my 4 years, I was able to do about 6 markets. I also was able to sink about 24 boreholes. 24 boreholes across.
Guys, this is Creative Law TV, and we are live and direct in Imo State, in Ikeduru, Akabo to be precise. So, and we are live and direct in a residence, the house of our living legend, our great Honorable UCHE Ogbuagu, the comedian. Bad Condition, the man you know, the only person single-handedly use like use interlock from his place to the main road. Single-handedly, the Oborego government where tiles or other places, where street light, raw town hall, Bapo Miri, raw police station, new scholarship, we take gear. It's not like government money. It's not like no, from being an honorable coach you take guy. He did everything. But the main thing, but the only person who the first Nigerian artist to own a radio station. If you Google it today, you will see it. UCHE Ogbuagu in his hometown, Akabo, directly. Eba, this is his mansion. This is his house, and everything is there. Both the industry, radio station, and his house, personal house, and everything. And this man is a legend that we need to learn from, because he always involved from him equal comedy. And that wouldn't the line of this comedy, both stand-up comedy and the skit comedy. Oh, how I can equal. That's why we promote. That's why we come for him. That's why we want to hear from his story. Do you understand? Let's go to him and he'll tell you. This is the only person that speaks different language within 2 minutes. Also, Igbo, so also yeah, Ogwaga within seconds. You know, and is a living legend. Life and direct. Let's go. Can you fear? Can happy ku too much? Oh yeah, Jack because oh yeah, one no color. You gotta go. Can you the bad condition, the oracle in a comedy. So the one and the only UCHE Ogbuagu, the honorable. So because everybody will matter honorable. Comrade.
Honorable Kawanka.
So we are with our legend, and today, so just follow us to hear from him direct. You know how we do our things, so we don't add or remove. So everything will come from the source. Do you understand? So sir, so we're in your house today, and Ikeduru, Obodo Marama, the big oracle himself, will greet you. So we're here for you to tell us about yourself. You know, in this comedy, like entertainment, when we come to stand-up comedy and other comedy skit we are doing today, it's like you people are the founders, as in from when we are growing up, we hear your voice, you entertain us, whether you are sleeping, whenever you hear UCHE Ogbuagu talking, you have to listen. You sing, you speak, you do other things. And many people don't know the face, and many people know the face. And we don't talk about our legends today. We come so that we hear from the legends. How did this great idea started? Were you born comedian? Were you in a group? Do you write script? Do you like it's people who give you that idea? All those things you are talking. Now, how do you learn different languages? In short, how do you become so unique that everybody want to hear from you? So, and then apart from that, you from there today, you are honorable and achieve something, practice a role of what we promote well. So, can you give us a history of how you started everything?
I am very delighted to be here. Thank you very much for coming. I remember a couple of days ago we were talking and I said, you guys should come, that I will be home today. Here is Akabo Ikeduru in Imo State of Nigeria. UCHE Ogbuagu is my name. Ogbuagu is not just a guy name. Ogbuagu is my grandfather's name, and today it is our surname. And I'm so proud to have it as part of my names. I use Ogbuagu as my surname, and my children use UCHE Ogbuagu as their own surname.
Okay.
I want to welcome you and your crew. Like you asked, nobody can say I was born a comedian. Talent, especially talent that is inborn, inbuilt, innate, is always discovered with time and season. Um, there are things that will happen within your time of growing up that you will begin to realize this is where I belong. You'll be tilting towards that call of destiny. So I can say that growing up, I didn't really see it as a gift or a talent. I saw it as something that I like doing, and I see people reacting, with excitement. People will always laugh to whatever I do and say,
Okay.
and when they do, I get I get spurred into doing more. Wherever one or two or three are gathered, which must be there. I'm talking about my primary school days and all that.
Yes.
Especially during the break period, you see people laughing at one corner. UCHE is at the center of it. And so, as at my secondary school days, the early days of my secondary school, I joined the drama society, the school drama society. Then, we were many, and there was this routine talent hunt by the NTA group in Aba then.
Okay.
So, in one of those exercises, they came and I was discovered. And that was how I went into TV acting.
Okay.
Because we were screened and then scripts were distributed and I was chosen. So at that very tender age, I was already appearing on television drama series. From one drama series to the other, I later joined a comedy serial in Aba in those days called Abraham Wachineke, Otondo, NTA Aba Channel 6, Then apart from that, I was also featuring in some of the TV drama series in the IBC, headed by late James Iroha and now barrister Ihe Ocho, of the then IBC. And then in fact, it's a very long story, but the thing is that as I was growing up, I was discovering where I rightly, should head or belong.
Okay.
And here we are. So I'm trying to explain all these things to say that nobody can say I was born a comedian, I was born a singer, but I'm sure it is something that has to do with time and season, especially as you spring up, as you grow, you will be able to discover. And people around you will also tell you, you can try this. I think you belong here, and that's that. I thank God that today, consciously or unconsciously, I'm referred to as an entertainer who has also done so well by the very special grace of God. Out of dint of hard work, dedication, and that God's grace that has laced everything. I went through secondary school. I also went through the university. I studied mass communication in Abia State University, UCHE, and I came out with very good results. But I don't think it does matter in today Nigeria. Then what I'm practicing today, everything I do today, are all intermingle. They are intermingling with media, communication, entertainment.
Okay.
My first, set of jobs were MCs, advertising, voicing of jingles and all that, stage performances and all that. And then that was when I created my company, my first company, Talkinson Entertainment International. I also had some of my tapes in the market, in those days when it was cassette.
Yeah.
So I had my comedy series, one-man comedy series, the one you made mention of when you came, Bad Condition.
Yeah.
So I had Bad Condition. I had other series, but Bad Condition was was one of the most popular series.
Yeah.
It was like, the darling in every family, in all homes, especially in the southeast Nigeria.
Yes.
And there I could do comedies of situation, comedies of personalities, comedies of everything. I used Bad Condition to expose the ills of the society, not particularly the political class, but socio-cultural, socio-political, everything that has to do with human, interpersonal human relationships and all that. I also spoke diverse languages, dialects, different intonations. I could mimic an Ungwa person. I could mimic somebody from Enugu.
Yes.
You are from Enugu, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I could speak Enugu. I could speak Wow. I could speak. It's just about being being in the form, being in the mood, and that was to drive the joke home.
Okay.
Most times when you tell stories, you try to speak the language, the tongue, to embellish it and make it look real, because those jokes were meant to entertain, educate, and most necessarily to inform. I also used it to, like I did say, to expose ills of the society. What again? I am happily married. My wife is my best friend, my softest spot, my younger sister, and my business partner, Ruo Ogbuagu. She's executive director of our group of companies. As a matter of fact, when I delved into politics, she was the one who was, managing both the family, both our radio stations and all of that. We have 6 children,
Okay.
and they are all handsome and pretty.
Wow.
I have media practitioners. I have a lawyer. I have engineer. I have a professor in the making. I have those who are also into medicals. You know, my wife is also a graduate of English in the same school, Abia State University. She's from Abia State. What again? I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian. Okay.
I believe in God the Father, not Godfather.
Okay, God and Father.
God the Father.
Okay, God the Father.
Yes, I'm not Godfather.
And of the Son.
It's Trinity. So
Yeah.
once you say God the Father, God the God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. It is also important to say that about 10 years ago, I was quoted by Google as the first Nigerian artist to own an FM station. So when you ask Google today, who is Nigeria's first artist to own an FM station, UCHE Ogbuagu will appear. It wasn't my making. Maybe in their ratings, or they have a way of checking these things.
Okay.
But because as God would have it, as God would have me be the first Nigerian artist to own an FM station, it happened that at that time, okay, prior to that time, I was already a content provider and producer, an independent content person for several media houses, and so I had the courage to approach NBC. They asked me to apply and all that, and we did, and they found us so worthy, and we were given a license, and I brought it to my village here. That's tall mast you could see there. It is actually housing 2 FM stations, 101.1 My Radio FM and 89.3 Gold FM, all in Owerri. This place is ordered within is within the Owerri province.
Okay.
Yeah, so I decided to bring it home here for convenience, and also to to place my people on the global map, because I know that wherever other multinationals, wherever other big media houses are cited, are also somebody's native home space.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, it is time for Akabo, it's time for Ikeduru to be, in the global map. And the opening 9 years ago was something else. We had people from all walks of life, cream de la cream of the society, and I thank God today it is still bubbling. It is still among the most listened to, and has also given birth to other radio stations. I have one in Abana, I have one in Port Harcourt, and we're also working on our terrestrial television, which is over 75%. It has given me fulfillment, seeing myself as an employer of labor, something that has also given me the opportunity to make indelible footprints on the sands of time. Because it has been my desire to better the lots of the talented Nigerians, especially in the media industry. Growing up when I was producing for media houses as a private content person, I could see a lot of broadcasters, entertainers, content providers not being well taken care of. They were looked down on, and I said, anytime I have the opportunity, I will do. I found I was among them.
Okay.
We were treated disdainfully, and I said, no, this disdain must stop in my time. And I think God had me that 10 years ago I was, privileged to have floated an FM station, and it has, though the economy has not really been very fair.
Okay.
So, because we started when diesel, was at 100, as in fact it was 90, 120, 160, and today diesel is at 1,250 naira per liter.
Wow.
And in a day, because we run from 5 a.m. to 5 a.m. to about 12:05 daily. So you now can imagine, relying on generators,
Yes.
the effects on those machines. I mean, the generating sets, then the broadcast equipment, and again the pause. We rarely save, but because we are passionate about the job, we are passionate about serving people, we are passionate about keeping people informed, we are passionate about keeping people entertained. We are passionate about creating awareness, educating the masses. We have refused to let go, and so we are still afloat, doing the best we can, and hoping that a day will come when we'll heave a sigh of relief. So, but in all, I keep thanking God for the courage, the uncommon courage, the support to have continued soaring. 2011, I joined politics
Okay.
on appointive capacity. The then governor of Imo State, His Excellency Owele Rochas Anayo Korocha, graciously appointed me the SA on entertainment. He nicknamed me the chief comedian of Imo State. So that was when I came from Aba to Imo.
Okay.
Most Imolites then didn't believe UCHE Ogbuagu was actually from Imo.
Yes, even me.
Invariably, I had to go through court to swear affidavit that I'm from Imo.
Seriously?
No, that's a joke.
Yeah.
So I came, and with my team we served meritoriously, though it was short-lived. I served for 2 years, and I left that government. Well, through the ranks, because I started as an SA, but I ended as an SSA. I don't know which one is higher than, but then I saw senior special assistant,
Sergeant.
on the letter appointment paper. There, I was able to float the Bureau of Entertainment, the first of its kind. Just by IMSU Junction, there's a Okigwero by IMSU Junction. There's a government annex there. There, we were able to give Imo entertainers, sense of belonging.
Okay.
Because here in Imo State, we have quantum deposit of talents, creative minds. Talk about musicians, comedians, writers, all forms of arts in Imo. We have. I don't think you can compare with any other part of Igbo land or Nigeria. So that was an opportunity for me to harness, those potentials. It was in my time, for the very first time since the creation of Imo State in 1976,
Okay.
that Imo artists were taken to London, UK. We went to London, we went to Liverpool, we went to Manchester. I took them on a show I called Imo Show of Fame. It was solely my making, because I already had, that contact there, because, from where I was coming from now as an artist, every other summer period I used to go for entertainment. So that year they called me and said, no, I'm in government now. So if I'm coming to perform for you, I must come with, with a group under the auspices of this office.
Yes.
And then the governor asked us to go, and I took them. I took ND Arabanko, I took Shama Melody, I took Bruno, Engineer Bruno, I took Owigli. These are some popular names here. And I thank God for the first time we were able to disvirgin those passports.
It's true.
Yes, and they went to the UK. So some of them after that, like Bruno now is in the UK or Canada. Shaman Melody after that time has toured UK severally, Europe, America, and all that. And the Arabanco is also, the Arabanco.
Yes.
So, and a good number of them stemmed from there. They have been, traversing the entire globe. I'm sure they will always give glory to that particular trip to the UK Imo Show of Fame. And I also was able to introduce the insurance scheme for Imo artists. Because when I came, there were some gory stories of when an artist is sick, he will go begging immediately.
Yeah.
And people begin to ask, this man know they save money. I can't be saying only this thing. You going to begin ask people to help another. So I said, okay, we can ensure our health, by bringing in an insurance company to partner, and that we were able to do with a British American insurance company. That gave the assurances that once you are sick, they will come take care of your hospital bills and all that. So that was face saving for some of us. At that time, it lasted while I was there, and when I left the office, I don't know, but I'm sure nobody took over in that regime until I think the next governor. Okay, no, the second term. Immediately I left. I left the office. I'm sure somebody came, but he couldn't continue with those my policies,
Yes.
those programs. So I'm just putting the record straight that you may know that at each point in time, I had footprints. I had indelible footprints. I had things that I could, that I can be remembered for.
Yeah.
And then, like I did say, that was on our appointive capacity.
Yes.
Then electively in 2018, my people started calling me. Now you have to go and represent us in the House of Assembly, because immediately I came home to serve as an SA. I was operating from here.
Okay.
It gave me an opportunity to expand, to do some of these things you now see today. It was only this house then, but staying at home now gave me this encouragement to to expand and see things I can do that that could make here better, and that's the results are some of the things you are now seeing today. So I went up elective. I vied for the office of the House of Assembly member for Ikeduru in the state parliament. Got so kind, I won, and I won convincingly. I won massively. It was a mass movement under the PDP, and to the extent that nobody was able to challenge me in court.
Okay.
Yes, so I won. The closest I was at 18,000 something, and the closest rival was at 4,000 something.
That was not one. You just they just give you the. It's just like
It was just given to me. So the mandate was overwhelmingly given to me by the people, and with that love, I said to myself, I'm going to make an impact. I'm going to make. So I asked God for the grace, and it was granted. It was granted. Within my 4 years, because I promised my people I was going to serve only for 4 years in the state assembly, because the man that left the office is from the the western part of Ikeduru.
it's the outside.
Yes, and that is this side. So we needed to have gone for 2 times. So I said, allow me just 4 years, to make up the the 4 years.
Yes.
Yeah. So I kept to that. There were pressures. Nah, you don't do well. I better go again. I said, no. I gave my people my word. And those people were people during my electioneering campaign. People were recording me. There were cameras, and I think my word should be my bond.
Yes.
So I was in a hurry. That within the first 100 days in office, I was able to build and commission the first 7 people-oriented projects. It was groundbreaking. There hasn't been anything like that in our history, even up till now. That has remained an unprecedented record.
Okay.
I rebuilt schools, 5 classrooms, furnished it tastefully, still there, Akabo High School. You see it. I was able to build a stadium, the only stadium we have in Ikeduru, even up till now. With all the major facilities from camera stands to spectator stands to bringing in light there for the first time, children's park, lavatories, um, dressing rooms for both the match umpires, the team A, team B, and all that, tastefully furnished. And funny enough, I didn't do any of these with recourse to public funds. Going into the House of Assembly, I didn't know the House of Assembly member, could be paid even 500. And so I went there and I met them paying about 600 and something thousand naira men's salary, and sitting allowances, fluctuate between 3 million and 3 point something million. It depends on.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way I can eat this. So this is people's money. Coupled with my agreement with my God, I said, if you give me this opportunity, I will praise your name. I will show the world that of a truth that you can lift a people by just lifting one man. So those projects were born out of my passion to serve and to live Ikeduru better than I met it. In my 4 years, I was able to do about 6 markets. Even the one you saw as we were coming in here, the Ori Akabo market.
Yeah.
That one on the major road. If you had seen that market before, I don't know what to compare it with. Do you know some of these markets you see in epic movies?
Okay.
Those rickety things that you could just force yourself to bend
Go
in.
in.
That's the kind of things we had there, and some other places we are even worse.
Seriously.
Yes, I built. I also was able to sink about 24 boreholes. 24 boreholes across. That even at the tail end of my tenure, I had to cross over to our neighboring Mbitolu. It is a local government area that had its own House of Assembly member, and also had the House of Representatives member
From the same.
that was in the National Assembly for Mbitolu and Ikeduru.
Yeah.
In his community, I went there and did an intervention on abattoir. You could see the place ravaged with worms and all that. Very, very gory sight, and it was very dangerous to the health of his people and also our people, because some people used to go from here to that place to buy meat and all that. So the report came and I went there, had that intervention done, excavated, the area, removed, silted every those gory aspects, and then built a, a comfortable abattoir for them with a water system. Okay. And those are some of the things I did to raise the bar. For the first time in about 20 something or 30 something years, because, yes, as at that time, the bridge connecting Ikeduru with Mbise at a place called Oku Ikeduru. I was the one that on Norma Bridge, yes, on Norma Bridge. Thank you so very much. I was the one that also, got it working again. It became a death trap for people there, but because people didn't have any convenient alternative, so they were still using the bridge, and some cyclists could fall into into the stream, the nursing mothers, students, and all that. They hadn't any other choice than than to have continued using it that way until
Yes.
until I came. So by special grace of God, I was able to save the situation, and the Million on My Bridge is working by special. What we lack here is love
Okay.
for one another, especially those of us in the political class. Because the last time I got a report from the stadium, it was heartbreaking
Okay.
that the 40 kVA generating set, brand new generating set, I placed there as alternative means of power, has been vandalized.
Hmm.
Yet we have a government. So that inability to realize that governance or government is a continuum. I may have done those things, yes, as a representative, but I handed it over to the government. And security is supposed to be of utmost importance
Yes.
to safeguard those facilities.
Yeah.
But nobody did. Maybe to rubbish the fact that UCHE left an impression. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
So I pray that we will love one another, appreciate the projects of one another, because when you see people trying to give room for projects of one man, of one government official to be vandalized so that nobody will remember him again. It goes to show how myopic we are, because if you go to other climes like the UK, you could see ancient buildings.
Yes.
This recurrent maintenance or rebuilding of roads is because each government that comes wouldn't want to continue from where the other person stopped. He will want to bulldoze everything and start a new one, and that's wastage of the highest order. And this is our common patrimony, even though it was, in my case, it was done with my personal savings because nobody asked me to do. I have been saying this, that all that I did, about 60 something projects that I did
During your time.
during my time, were all done with my money. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
And nobody has come to, controvert it. Nobody has come to say, "Now, Layo, now we give you money. Oh. I'm no longer an APC man." Are you getting me?
Yeah.
I'm no longer in their books, in their good books.
Yeah.
But if it is possible for them to have come to say, "No, this thing was captured in this thing. No, this thing was," and ever since I left, I've not seen anybody doing the same or even trying to do. This is almost two and a half years gone, almost 3 years. Ever since I left, and nobody has come to say, "I'm commissioning this project. I'm doing this. I'm doing that." Even those in the House of Representatives, so they do laughable projects, and nobody queries them. So I can only say that my stint in government didn't really make me happy, because there I was able to see the other side of life.
Okay.
I was able to see that to a very large extent we are the cause of our problems. From when we pray for light and light comes, we'll start doing everything to dim that light.
Yes.
You confuse nature. Oh God, we need a helper. Oh God, we need a helper. We need a savior. And God will send a savior. And because the savior, may have come in the light of somebody you already know,
Yes.
you won't look beyond that person to say, "But what this guy is doing is right." You want him pulled down. Why must he be UCHE? Why must no? It shouldn't be UCHE. Are you getting what I'm
Yes, I
saying?
understand it.
So today, the entire nation, we are clamoring for a better government, better president. Let Obi come. The same people tomorrow will say, "No, we are tired of this." What can? It's very, very confusing. But I pray God, helps us